I'm Scott Morrison. I'm Senior Development Manager at Sage Gateshead. I work within our fundraising team, looking after Trust and Foundations fundraising, but I also help lead in our environmental strategy across the organisation. Sage Gateshead has actually started measuring its carbon emissions in 2012. So it started this journey quite a long time ago. And in 2018, just at the beginning of the Spotlight programme, we'd, like I say, been reporting annually for a little while. We had a green team and we'd had a number of kind of intermittent projects and successes. But I think it's fair to say it wasn't yet a unified approach across the organisation. That's something that Spotlight really helped embed. In the last 4 or 5 years, there's a number of changes that we've been made. Some are kind of behavioural and processes, how we do things. And some, of course, is to do with our building and kind of how we use that as well. So one of the first things I think that we did meaningfully was increase resource in this area. So my brief was created and we appointed a lead on our board. So that allowed quarterly progress to be sent to them and to create a sense of accountability. And like I say, just someone to think about these issues more often and with more purpose. The other things that we've been able to do since then, we're lucky to be part of Gateshead District Energy Scheme, so our building's powered by energy that's produced locally. That itself is going to be net zero by 2030 using a mine water heat pump system and solar generation. So that's something we've been lucky to benefit from, which has impacted our carbon footprint significantly. And some of the other tasks that we're looking into at the moment to reduce our emissions is setting carbon budgets for the touring of our orchestra, Royal Northern Sinfonia. That's one of our largest emission sources. We're also looking into our supply chain to see where the embedded emissions are there and to prioritise more sustainable suppliers. We've conducted an ethical investments review as well. And most recently, we've been working on a comms plan to make sure that we're talking to our audiences about this and our staff. So we've got a comms plan across a variety of formats at the moment for the next 12 months, which feels exciting. Julie's Bicycle's been a great help for us, of course. They've got a lot of great digital resources and the events that they run are really useful. It's sometimes great to just get an external perspective or indeed expertise. Many people working in the arts are highly skilled in what they do, but they're not climate people really, so it's great to have that external support. And we've also benefited from Creative Carbon Scotland as well, who you're probably aware of. They've got lots of good support too. Yeah, so some top tips. Like I say, data is really helpful. Although I'm saying Sage Gateshead had years worth of data, I think even if you could have 3 months or 6 months of data to help inform your decisions, that's really helpful to help you know where your priorities lie. And I guess the other one is having a committed senior management team or decision makers really helps move things along. And I think we've been especially grateful that Spotlight and indeed priorities from funders and things over the past 5 years has really helped advance that agenda, not just for me in my role, but for decision makers across the organisation. Having that support and kind of sense of community in what can sometimes feel like lonely work is really important and gives you energy.